All right, everybody, welcome to the show. Late to work, baby. We're talking about the White House being a straight flop house. It's a trap house at this point. I'm Craig. This is Chris. Say what up.
What up, Crisscross Curry?
All righty. Yep. There we go. Okay, so what we're talking about today is the fucking cocaine that was found in the White House. All right. I Here's how I feel about it. They just came out today and said, "Oh, they investigated it and they can't figure out whose it was." But yet I can commit, someone could commit a very small traffic infraction and they got 38 different camera angles of them blowing the red light, but yet there's not a camera in the fucking White House to find out who's snorting blow in the library.
Something weird is going on for sure.
It's fishy up and down. All right. I just smell tuna from the start.
Sardines.
Don't get me going. Anyway, so another thing is it's just funny that they try to deny that the Bidens weren't even there. They weren't there Friday. They weren't even there all week, and they were there on Friday.
Call bullshit.
Yeah, you gotta speak. You gotta speak right into there. Yeah,
right.
Put your mouth right up there.
Gotcha.
Put it up there like you know what you're doing. All right. So what we're gonna do is watch a couple videos of the different narratives that are happening right now with all this shit. They're giving us the runaround. Oh, it was found in the library. Oh, it was found in the cubby. Oh, it was found in the West Ring by the control room, by the situation room. This Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary, is the worst press secretary I've ever seen in my life. She just gives us the runaround, never has an answer. It's like, do you even know anything about what's going on? That's not going to stay up. So I'll just give it, and I won't do it. So we're going to watch a couple videos of basically Karine Jean-Pierre giving us the runaround and a couple other videos of different narratives that they want us to believe. You know what? I'm done believing these bullshit narratives. How do you feel about these bullshit media narratives?
Changes every day.
Yeah, changes
American
every day.
politics for you.
Changes multiple times a day, to be honest. Anyways, all right, so we're going to play a little video of Karine Jean-Pierre doing the okey doke, basically giving us the runaround, playing with our, they're insulting my intelligence at this point.
Absolutely.
One of my buddies, my good friend and coworker was like, you know what you should say? If they found cocaine in my house, I'd be in fucking prison, but they can find cocaine in the White House and it's
nothing happened.
Let's just chalk it up to someone's doing lines. Oh boy. Yeah, well, someone would be in jail. I actually, matter of fact, I have been arrested for drugs. And you know what? I don't appreciate the fact that I turned my life around and I face consequences, but yet I'm sitting here watching Hunter Biden smoke crack, go 175 miles an hour on the way to Vegas, taking pictures, just taunting us because he's insulting our intelligence. Here's a video.
In the White House cocaine mystery, a more precise location of where the drug was found. This is the secure ground entrance on West Executive Avenue, often used by the president, senior officials, staff, and some visitors.
That looks like Fauci.
Sources familiar with the investigation say the small plastic baggie of cocaine was found in a storage cubby just past those doors on Sunday night, a short distance from the tightly secured situation room.
Where this was discovered is a heavily traveled area where many White House West Wing, I should be even more specific, West Wing visitors come through this particular area.
Catching the culprit, now considered unlikely. Officials say some forensic testing has been done, and the sample remains at a federal lab for additional.
How are you going to just come here in public and say unlikely?
She said the heavily secured room. You're telling me that that bag of cocaine wasn't found within an hour max of when it was dropped?
Right?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Efforts to find evidence. But sources familiar with the probe bluntly said after days of work, they do not expect to have enough to identify the individual.
How the fuck?
Bullshit.
How are you going to just, right from the get-go, I don't suspect we're going to have enough. Since when does law enforcement just right up front say, I don't think we're going to have enough? We don't think you're not supposed to think in law enforcement. You're supposed to gather evidence and follow the facts and find out who's snorting lines in the White House.
And here's the deal. If there's a cover up going on here. Obviously, it's for a very important person. If it was a construction worker or some tourist, they would have had him on camera, and these people would have already been charged.
Exactly. Yeah, they're trying to say, oh, that area was under construction. It was probably a construction worker. Okay, if that's the case, they would have came out with who it was, or at least gave us an answer. Like, oh, we found out it was a construction worker. Don't try to blame the union workers that work in the White House. Don't insult us like that. We know who it was. There's a crackhead that's living in the White House. I wonder who the hell's it was.
Craig, we're both sober here and clean for over a year. Would you bring cocaine into the White House if you're going on a tour?
Well, if I was going on a tour, I wouldn't. But if I was in my addiction, I would. To be honest, I know that's not the answer you're looking for.
I'd be terrified. I get real paranoid on coke and
well,
Service.
That's actually really true. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I'd be too. Well, first off, I wouldn't be paying to go to the White House, but if I was, I would probably be freaking out, paranoid. They make you empty your pockets. They do all that. I mean, it wasn't a not unsecured location.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what else we got here.
And by Monday, the investigation could be wrapped up. The White House has emphasized that tours are common and occurred 3 straight days before the cocaine was found Sunday night.
They happened on Friday, they happened on Saturday, and Sunday.
Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton sent the Secret Service director a letter demanding answers and asking, how often has the Secret Service encountered illegal drugs at the White House complex? Sources say the Secret Service has no record of illegal drugs being found at the White House in recent memory.
Yeah, well, wait till the Biden administration gets a hold of the White House. There's going to be crack cocaine hanging around everywhere.
Hookers.
I wonder what it's like to sniff lines in the fucking White House. Must be fun. Such bullshit, man. All right, anyways, let's listen to a couple. I really like Jesse Waters. He's a good guy. Let's see what other videos I got. I think I got a funny one. I like this guy. He's a good guy.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars? Wasting tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees?
All right. Jesse Waters is funny.
Joe Biden promised to bring decency back to the White House. If cocaine's decent, then mission accomplished. It's the most interesting thing to happen at the White House since Lewinsky, and the White House won't even talk about it. The White House won't even tell us who left it. They won't even tell us where they found the blow. They tracked down every person who was near the Capitol on January 6th, but finding out who brought coke into the White House, that's too hard. The White House can't even get their story straight. First,
what a good point. I mean, when January 6th, they had 40,000 hours of footage.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's just a Capitol building. What about the White House building? That's a great point, Jesse Waters. This is exactly why I listen to this guy. He's a hell of a guy.
The coke was in the library. Then they said it was in a cubby in the West Wing, and now we hear it was outside the Situation Room. And first they tried to blame it on a tourist. Now they're trying to pin it on a construction worker. Listen.
Situation Room is not in use and has not been in use for months because it is currently under construction. The only people coming in and going out of the sit room in this period have been workers who are getting it ready to go.
When I work around the house, I do a few lines just to keep the energy up. Obviously, the construction workers. He's actually blaming the union guys working on the White House. The blue-collar guys.
Exactly.
They're the cokeheads. Nobody's looking at the known crackhead who hangs out at the White House, who we hear is living at the White House. Binder says Hunter has an alibi.
I'm just asking again, can we just say once and for all whether or not the cocaine belonged to the Biden family?
They were not here Friday. They were not here Saturday. They were not here Sunday. They were not even here.
They were there Friday. That's bullshit.
The story changed.
Here Monday. They came back on Tuesday. So to ask that question is actually incredibly irresponsible.
Oh, bro.
All right, so when a crackhead visits the White House and crack shows up.
Okay, so you find cocaine in the White House, and when we ask about it, you're going to call it irresponsible?
Absolutely. It's the American people who put those people in the White House, and we have every right to know what's going on with that investigation.
You're going to say that it's irresponsible to ask whose coke is in the White House? Don't you think it's irresponsible to have cocaine floating around everywhere? The library, the control room, the cubbies?
Doesn't it make you guys look like shit that you don't have a straight answer?
Well, it does, but the media has cover-up stories. Fox News is the only one that'll cover it.
Why is it irresponsible to wonder if
the narrative, they control the narrative. It's sad.
Crackhead left the crack? It's like when the coronavirus shows up next to a coronavirus lab. We wondered if it came from the lab, and they called that irresponsible too. Well, we did some digging, and it turns out Hunter was at the White House on Friday. The whole family was. Finder lied. Here's Hunter with his little red backpack walking to Marine One after spending the whole day at the White House. What's in the little red backpack? We might never know. The media doesn't want to know. The media says Republicans are pouncing.
His family and Hunter specifically have become his primary political liability in a lot of ways. I mean, look at the cocaine story from the last week and how many Republicans have tried to seize on that
cheapness.
issue.
It's really kind of ugly the way it's been done.
It's kind of it's certainly kind of a tacky play here.
Tacky play? It's tacky to have cocaine all over the White House.
Get to the fucking bottom of this.
This shit pisses me off. To insult NBC Sunday. It's the freaking Nazi bullshit communist. That's what NBC is. Nazi bullshit communist.
So it's tacky to ask who brought Blow into the White House, but it's not tacky.
All right, we're going to stop that. I don't want to get, anyways, I like Jesse Waters. I like what he has to say,
Absolutely. Straight shooter.
Fox News is the only one that'll cover it because they're not, I'm not going to say that they're not partisan and but they're definitely not a part of, I'm not going to go there, but the narrative that's being controlled with CNN, NBC, MSNBC, it's bullshit. How are you going to come out here and say it's tacky to ask questions about where the coke came from? And then 2 days into the investigation, you're going to tell me that, a day in, you're going to tell me, oh, we're not going to find anyone. Then the next day, you're going to say, yep, didn't find anyone. I don't like that.
I think the plan is just to sweep it under the rug. Hopefully, the people will forget about it. It's probably their attitude. But it's pretty obvious that it does not make the Bidens look good.
Yeah. I mean, nothing makes these guys look good. This is like the least of their problems. They're fucking blowing it. They're dropping the ball left and right. I'm sorry. This has nothing to do with Trump, Biden, Democrat, Republican. This has to do with this guy is dropping the ball.
He's blowing it, literally.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. These guys are idiots. Imagine imagine how shitty you would feel if you went to go do your blow and realized it's not in your pocket. And you're like, oh, fuck, I left it at the White House. That happened to me one time at work at a different job. I was like, oh, shit, it's gone. I ran back into the cafeteria and I look in the middle of the floor and there's a little big old baggie. I was like, oh, shit. Snagged it. I was like, and it was a secure company, too. They would have definitely found out it was me if they found it. And the White House all of a sudden can't if they find, it's just don't insult me. All right, let's see what else I got here with some other narratives that have been pushed. I don't know if I have too much, but I definitely do want to look at this. Let's just see.
Looking for an easy way to get that LLC next to your business?
They hit us with the okie doke. We'll be back in a minute.
Planet Earth.
Tonight, you landed enough Wyndham Rewards points to land in that oh-so-alluring place.
Griff Jenkins is live outside of the crime scene with the very latest. Griff? Hey, good morning, Steve, Kaylee, and Brian. It's been 5 days since cocaine was found in the West Wing, and still no suspect or suspects have been identified, and we know few details. But as you mentioned, we do learn more about the actual location. Remember, first we were told it was in the library. Then we were told it was in this heavily trafficked area, which led us to believe that it was the public or visitors.
I mean, this is similar to what we listened to Jesse Waters say. Anyways, it just really chaps my ass that they came out today and said that, oh, we can't find an answer. We did our darndest. CNN came out today and said we did our best.
So Craig, if you had to guess, if you had a theory surrounding this, what would you say?
I mean, I would just go with kind of the obvious. It's either Hunter or probably it's got to be Hunter. Or, I mean, he's the known cokehead in the building.
Absolutely. And I would agree with you, but I also want to be the devil's advocate a little bit. Is it possible that perhaps the cocaine was planted to create a scene in the White House for this effect to happen?
That's very true. I was actually going to kind of go there. I could definitely see that someone that was just really against them could have done a tour. But here's the thing. If that's the case, they would have found him on camera planting
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
The only reason I think it's Hunter is because there's a cover up
Because they're
happening.
protecting it.
Yeah.
They're not even doing a good job.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just take a look at this. This really chaps my ass. Let me tell you. All right. Look. CNN reports the Secret Service has concluded its investigation into the small bag of cocaine found at the White House and has been unable to identify a suspect, according to the Secret Service. Oh, really? Just unable to identify a suspect? That just pisses me off.
Look what they're doing. They're just they're clouding the suspect pool. They're saying it's been days, hundreds of suspects, and you know, to get the focus off the obvious.
And they're gonna come out with some silly news to cover it up. Anyways,
this shit's like watching WWE. Fake as fuck.
That's so true. It's all just a show.
It's a work.
All right, guys. Have a good night. All right, Chris. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Later, guys.
Bye.